A brand new chapter for the rezero web novel is out, Arc 8, Chapter 38. It is named after Rowan. Segment, let's get into the chapter. So the chapter starts out with Rowan is being a stargazer. He is a stargazer. He was also given a divine destiny, and Rowan's destiny was to reach the heavenly sword. And we get a point of view from the drunk Rowan, who comments on the past situation where a black-haired prince was the start of the war in Valakia. He's talking about Abel/Vincent Valakia. Rowan comments on how many times he failed to reach the heavenly sword. It took him 8 children until Cecilus was born. If Cecilus has reached his peak, the heavenly sword is still far away. So much. I was born in the wrong era. Rowan thinks about the best place to reach the heavenly sword was 400 years ago, when everyone feared the witch, and the witches, to tell everybody should know. Heinkel is there too. He asks if Rowan is seriously doing this. It seemed like his plan to attack one of the peaks of the city so the hero from the outside can come in. The man in the helmet, the one called Owl, spoke of the road that should be followed. It was a foreshadowing for the hero who would follow Rowan and his friends in the Imperial capital. Rowan talks about the wound he has on his chest and how current Cecilus is too small to fulfill the promise he made when he cut Rowan down. I am Heinkel Astria. Oh, Heinkel reveals his name to Rowan, and he immediately realizes he is from the Sword Saint family. And the Astria, Reinhard, and all that. Rowan and Heinkel are the fathers of the Blue Lightning and the Sword Saint. Rather than that, this is true, that you are the descendant of the family that led to the heavenly sword. Rowan is interested and even apologizes for his rudeness, because he talked about how Heinkel family was the one who achieved the heavenly sword in the past. Heinkel says thanks to Rowan for saving him back then. The point of view changed yet again. It talks about how Rowan is a stargazer obsessed with this destiny. He was given narration, talks about how many techniques he learned, how many leaders of those schools he killed, but this would upset the balance of his own techniques, so he stopped. Literally walked down the path of blood, but he still couldn't reach the heavenly sword, and he yearned for it from the bottom of his heart. He even considered taking his own life. The narration actually talks about the way Rowan tried to reach the heavenly sword to fulfill the destiny. He tried to create a child with talent that could reach it. In the moment he did, Rowan stopped caring. If a baby can reach the heavenly sword, there's a path left for an old swordsman as well. Even now, he does not have to give up on the path that lead him to the sword of heaven, and continues to move forward. Rowan is going to the North Capital. Rowan didn't care about his own life. Even if he were there to reach the heavenly sword, even if he killed Cecilus without a perfect sword, it would not prove that Rowan had reached the heavenly sword. To prove what? That Cecilus must get his sword back. That bastard is a lazy bastard. He's shrunk and forgetting his promise to his father. When Cecilus reaches the heavenly sword, Rowan will fight him and cut him down. That the way Rowan also reaches his destiny. That is his plan. Rowan is sneaking into the palace to get the legendary swords. He'd think that should be in Cecilus' home, or rather hut. Suddenly, massive impact and force appeared. It was a tall, slender woman. A woman with long white hair and an elegant figure wearing a blue dress. Although she is completely ignorant of beauty and ugliness, she has a supple physique that can be only described as beautiful according to Rowan values. Her long blue eyes held a color of sadness, which made Rowan suspicious. You, Iris, I didn't expect you to suddenly call me by that name. The road to the sword of heaven is still steep. I'll cut you off and let you move on. Iris Yorna is here, so not talking about Yorna itself. This is basically Iris, and this is what Sirius was talking about in Arc 5 back then. And she's about to battle Rowan, so the chapter ends there. So Rowan versus Yorna. This ain't the same Yorna. This is basically Iris. This is like corruption. This is big corruption Yorna. She is corrupted. This is not the Yorna we know. So it's going to be very interesting how what's going to happen here and what actually led up to her being this way. And it's also crazy that how Rowan is a stargazer, and they kept mentioning that. And Heinkel is the father of Reed Astria, and he's in the great family of the Astra family, the Source Saint. And Rowan is the Blue Lightning's father, and these two guys actually met. Their sons actually met, so I wonder how these two will move forward knowing each other, even though they apologize and thank each other for the help. And what's also crazy, that Rowan will actually use his son and battle and kill his son for the Heavenly Sword to accomplish his goal of having the Heavenly Sword. So it'll be very interesting the next couple of chapters to come. I'm glad that Yorna is back into these chapters, but can't wait for the next chapter.